This is Beach Talk Radio.
Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all ships at sea. This is your captain speaking, Mean Gene. Mean Gene. The following will be a test of the ship's whistle, the sonar alarm, the cable alarm, and the atomic attack alarm.
Hello, America, and welcome to the #1 radio station in all of Fort Myers Beach. Beach Talk Radio. Here are your hosts, Kim and Ed Ryan.
And a good evening, everybody, and welcome to a Friday night happy hour. So nice to see so many of you out there watching the show. We have a great show lined up for you tonight. Super fantastic guests. Oops, sorry.
Super fantastic.
You got the wrong microphone.
Well,
You're supposed to be on mic too.
All right.
Why do you do that?
Whatever.
You screw up the whole intro. We got to start over.
That's it.
So we have the big beach sweep coming up on Sunday, which
It's
is
not a beach sweep. It's a sidewalk sweep.
sidewalk sweep, and it's going to be massive. And we've got so many donations at the house from people that sent brooms and shovels and pennies.
I am now a professional broom putter together.
Yeah, you and Jilly were up last night
Yep.
putting the brooms together, and I got up this morning and I was like, whoa, we got lots of brooms.
Lots of brooms.
By the way,
we have different kinds of shovels.
yeah.
We have shovels for tall people and we have shovels for short people.
Well, it's
so-
not really shovels for short people. It's shovels for people who are going to have to bend over. They could be tall, but they're going to have to bend over.
Nah, I think that they were originally.
Your thing was
set-
crooked.
I think they were set for like if you're shoveling into a
Sidewalk sweep.
existing-
That's
yeah.
right, Gary. And it's going to be massive. And so it's going to be so massive that NBC2 called today. And, you know, the thing that freaked me out is I don't ever answer my phone. So I saw Waterman Broadcasting on my cell phone, and I thought, oh, finally, that morning guy on Fox, whatever his name is. What's the morning guy's name on the radio station? The Drew Steele guy. He invited me on the show like 3 weeks ago, and then he never got back to me. It was like, oh, he's calling back. He's finally going to invite us on the show. Well, it wasn't him. It was an NBC2 reporter. I don't even know who owns what station. They probably don't even own the same thing. So I pick up the phone, and it's Tori, the reporter from NBC. I think that's her name. And she was very nice, and she's asking about the beach cleanup. And I was like, oh, you should interview Dan Allers and Keith at the town manager. You know, and so I got off the phone because I don't care about the publicity. This is our publicity. This is all I care about. Our little thingamajig here with everybody out there. And so I
don't
got
think
off.
anyone believes that.
I got off the
but-
phone. Well, let me tell you the story.
All right,
So
we'll get to it then.
there, you got to build up to things. Being on the radio is all about storytelling. Okay, so I get off the phone. And she calls them guys, and they blame it on me like it was my idea. And I said, "Wait, you got to call Adderholt. It was Adderholt's idea. Call Adderholt." So she calls Adderholt, and then she says, "Adderholt says it's your idea." And so she says to me, "Okay, can we meet up to do? I got to do this shot at 4:20 and 6:20." I said, "Okay, can you come to the house?" Because, you know, I need to take a nap. You can come to the house and get pictures of all the brooms, which would have been cool. Or you can meet us at Margarita's. Maybe at 3 o'clock, come to Margarita's. She goes, all right, I'll meet you at Margarita's at 3 o'clock. So I forget about the nap. I go to the gym early. I get my hair cut. I shave my beard, the whole thing. I'm ready to get on TV. Right. And she goes, the Margarita's on the beach or the Margarita's on 41? I was like, well, you know, being that there's no Margaritas on the beach, the Margaritas on 41. And she goes, oh, we can't make it out there. We can't make it out there. It's too far. Okay, so
So it never happened?
No, Adderholt got on TV. I don't know if it played or anything like that. I was like, oh, I got my haircut for nothing. So I don't know if the shot played or anything, but
This is not that. This is the same distance as going to
well,
the
I
beach.
think she was already on the beach, and so she got a hold of Jim, which is fine as long as the event gets
that's
publicity.
fine, but
I was so happy that I didn't have to go on TV because clearly I have a face for radio, and there should be like even during the Facebook thing, there
And
should
then
be like
you're
one of those
like,
bubbles over my
can you
face.
get down here?
Right.
I'm
Oh, I'm
like,
so
no,
glad
I
you
have
didn't
a
take off
real
of work.
job.
Yeah.
No, I would never do that.
Yeah. All right. So that's my story, and I'm
I just
sticking
want
to
to
it.
say that someone caught me out in the parking lot, was asking about sizes, and we've had this ongoing issue
Oh,
with
I
the
know.
sizes
Just
of the
this
shirts.
last batch, though.
So the white one that I'm wearing now is an adult small. Now, I will say, as far as I'm concerned, I would classify this for a female as a generous medium. So if that helps when you're ordering, I hope so. It's a little bit bigger in the shoulders, and I have big shoulders for a female, but the cut, men, they cut it straight. So I feel like the best way to describe it is a generous medium.
Listen, and if there's a shirt out there that you bought,
maybe a small large, which is kind of a
if there's a shirt
oxymoron.
out there that you bought and doesn't fit the way you want, all you need to do is let us know. I'll take care of it. Either I'll give you 100% refund or I'll get you a different shirt. The challenge has been that we ship so many shirts. I don't want people to get their shirt and be unhappy. I want them to be happy.
No.
And so we'll make it right in any way possible. You know what
I've heard from a lot of people? They were like, I got it. It was a little too small, so I passed it on to so-and-so, and I'm going to get another one.
I heard a few people say, I got it. It was too small. I need to go on a diet, so I'm going to lose a few pounds.
Oh, stop that.
I'm just being honest with you. I did hear that. So
you did?
I did. A few people. Yeah. Hey, if we can get people to lose a few pounds and be healthier,
the
let's
thing
do
is,
it.
it's
Squeeze
hard
them into
to
that
know.
shirt.
It's hard to know because every vendor has a different size, and some places where they make these shirts, I just think the people are smaller.
It's been the last batch. Like the first 3 months of those shirts, not a single complaint.
Well,
I shouldn't say complaint, but the last batch was like, well, you held up the small or the medium, and you're like, well, this is going to fit an infant.
Yeah.
So we got plenty of kids' shirts from this last batch. So, but anyway, enough about us. Let's get our guests on. Our first guests, Mary and Michelle, are going to come on. They're from
Sunpalace Vacations.
The second half of the show, Alex King is coming on, and boy, when you hear some of the numbers that he's going to tell you about that are being sold and all that, that's got to clearly be we want to get all the guests on the show, dear, so you're gonna have to she's not on the screen.
Sorry.
So Mary and Michelle from Sunpalace Vacations. Yeah, as long as I'm off, it doesn't really matter.
Now you're off.
I'll move it back.
Perfect.
Go ahead. You take it from here. I'll move the camera back. Go ahead. You guys introduce yourselves.
All right. So who is who?
I'll let Mary go.
Okay. Well, there's your first clue, right?
I'm Mary Ambrosio. I'm with Sunpalace Vacations the last 14 years or so. Was the general manager. Now I'm in business development.
Okay.
And I'm Michelle Duffy. I'm the owner relations manager. I talk to owners all day.
All right. So Michelle and I had a little chit chat earlier today because we were going back and forth in text messaging, right? And everything was going fine. And then all of a sudden.
And you kept asking me, why aren't you answering her questions? Why aren't you answering her questions?
I'm at work. Can you answer her questions? And all of a sudden, we get a message in that group text that's like, who is this? I think you have the wrong person. And I was like, so that's when I looked at the messages, and you were just off by one number. So we apologize to the person with the phone number that,
They were very nice to let us know.
Yeah, they were very nice to let us know. But then I immediately called you because I was like, all right, no, we don't need any more, going back and forth and ping-ponging this person's
nice
phone,
and close to the microphones. These are very cheap. We're low operation here. Very.
Okay, we need to raise some money for new microphones.
No. More coffee, please. More coffee. So what is Sunpalace Vacations? Tell us all about it. What is it?
Sunpalace Vacations was started in 2003, and we primarily did homes. We're doing condos now as well. We facilitate the rentals from beginning to end. We'd like to think we're very community friendly and owner centric and guest centric at the same time. So that's what we do, and we've been on the ground. We're still here.
We didn't miss a beat since the hurricane.
Well,
vacation rentals.
Mm-hmm.
So people who want to come down that don't want to stay at a hotel or it just doesn't meet their needs.
Correct.
Then they can contact you guys.
If you don't want to leave the kids home and you want to bring them with you, or
we
have a lot of pet friendly homes.
So how much damage was done to the places that you rent?
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
80% of our homes were damaged.
Yeah.
Or lost.
Or lost completely. All of our beachfront cottages are gone.
Yeah.
So it's emotional for us as well. We're very, very connected to these homes, and we have a lot of feelings with our owners. I've had some of the same owners for 18 years. You know what I mean? So
I was reading one of the reviews from one of the owners who said, that they just couldn't thank you enough for all that you've done, especially during this time, to kind of keep them in the loop and almost kind of property manage a little bit.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't know if that's a stretch. I don't, but
It's really not a stretch because
Okay.
some of our maintenance guys have been helping with vendors and meeting people and taking care of like putting fences around pools for liability purposes.
Mhm.
Michelle can tell you more about some of her owner communications.
We've been sending between 3 and 4 communications out to our owners right after the storm. We just started hitting them with what's going on, what they need to do, and then it's dwindled down to twice a week now. And they really appreciate just letting them know with the permit procedures, just everything they need
Good
to
luck
know.
with that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It's been
Exactly.
a
And they
mess of
found
her
out. Yeah, that's been.
I mean, they're working on it. I'm not,
But it's been
they're-
tough. It's been a
it's-
journey. I keep
yeah.
telling. It's
I'm
been a
pretty
journey.
sure you
tough
just
for
took a.
everybody.
I'm pretty sure you just took a zinger at my friend Dan Allers.
No, I
Why'd
did
you do that?
not. I did not. You always bring up permits.
You
That-
said,
how
but
difficult
I
it
never
is.
said what you just said. The permitting process sucks. I'm pretty sure you said that.
I did not say that. I did not say that.
We'll
I
say
said
it for
it.
you.
I said it's a challenge, and
Well, I have to
there's a
read.
lot of permits that have to go up.
I have to read this comment. Sherry Fisher says Sunpalace is great. They rented from you for years before buying on the beach. Everything is better managed, higher quality sheets, service, homes. Our favorite on Mandalay is gone. Sorry for your
Oh.
loss.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. That was really sweet to hear.
It is.
I got to, if I may say a little something.
Go right ahead.
Right after the storm, of course, a lot of us, some people didn't have houses, didn't have internet. So our sister company up in Destin area took care of calling all the owners right away, calling the guests, refunding all the money,
Mhm.
$6.5 million
Wow.
within 2 weeks. Within 2.5 weeks, it was
How does
completely
that not
done.
bankrupt somebody? Like,
Well, it doesn't
wow.
if you keep all the money. We kept the money in escrow,
I
so
see.
we don't use it.
You didn't go out
until-
buy a yacht
No.
or something,
No,
a new roof on your house.
Well, it wouldn't have done me much good now anyway, would it? The yacht would be at the
True.
bottom of the. Well, anyway, but what they said to us up in Destin when they were taking these calls or making these calls to our guests was they were just overwhelmed by the emotions that these people were showing, how loyal they are, not just
Oh.
to our company, but to this
Mhm.
island,
Mhm.
Oh,
and
it's been crazy.
they were donating, they were asking about us personally. It's really overwhelming.
I will say that that's one of the bigger things that has come out of that for us is just the number of people is huge, and their dedication and they feel that that's their second home, that that's their community. And I've said this 100 times, not that I've been on vacation a million times, but I've gone on vacation a couple of times. I don't feel the same affinity
Right.
for a place I've gone on vacation like so many of these people.
It's amazing
do.
when you have a
Here.
7-mile island and somebody comes down to the beach, they find a spot and they go to the same spot like year after year,
Oh.
and then decade after decade. That one room is the one they want to
Yeah.
be at, and that's the only one they want to go to.
They feel
We've got
ownership.
families and grandparents and their kids, and it's just
Mhm.
generational now.
I guess I get
Mhm.
that because when we used to go on vacation to Orlando, we would go to the Gaylord, Gaylord, whatever it's called, Gaylord.
Yeah.
Nice big hotel. It had alligators in
Yeah,
it
but
and
it's
had
not the
good
same
coffee
thing
in the
as
morning.
going to-
But
Well,
it
I'm just
was for
saying.
you,
But we
right.
always went back to
Yeah.
the same place
Right.
because you kind of
There's a
it
draw
grows
for
on you. And then the other thing is that you walk in one time and the guy knows your name. Like
Right,
somehow
right.
he knows your name, and you're like, shit, I'm never leaving this place. I mean,
Right.
if you go to Disney, maybe if they're gonna remember your name, but
They're not going to remember your name
Not
at
at Disney?
Disney.
We'll remember your name.
Yes. but on what you were
This
saying,
isn't Cheers.
there's it really is like Cheers on the beach.
Well, it is
It
on the
is.
Yeah.
beach.
It
It's not
is.
like that. It did nothing. No shade to Disney.
We
But
had somebody that came in before the show, and I know he's listening in his car, and it's driving his wife crazy. But he bought a shirt. They're from Wisconsin, and just telling stories about the beach and where they'd stay and how much they love it, and and then you hear how they went down there and saw the destruction and the whole thing, and how they were just glued to listening to what was going on at the time that it all happened.
she would have
and-
appreciated if you had shut up a couple of times. Is what she
she was
said.
yelling at her husband, shut him off, he's on too much. That was the time we were on every night, and my voice can be annoying, as Kim will tell you over and over again.
I said if she created something that would get you to zip it, I would buy it for sure.
Of course, yeah, I'm sure we would sell lots of it too. So but so how are we going, like how are we coming along,
Did
like
you say plastic bag?
how are we coming along rebuilding the homes, or I mean, how do you get back to the numbers you were before, if it's even possible?
we're slow rolling, bringing properties on. This month we have 8 properties up. February there's going to be 4
I
or
just
5
have
more.
to say, like,
It's unbelievable.
that
We never
you
thought we
have-
would be at
that
Yeah,
that
why do
there's
you
point.
interrupt her? How
And
do you not let her finish what she's saying?
No, I know.
Where
but,
are the 8 properties?
but 8 properties,
Where are they?
that is great.
One is on Madison. Great
Yep.
Escapes on Nature View.
Washington. We got Bahia Villa.
So these are houses that are ready to rent.
There, we got people
Yep.
we have
Yep.
guests in house right
Yep.
now.
Holy,
Yep.
that's
And
great.
Monday,
people-
we've got another one coming into Aqua Falls.
Mhm.
Aqua
Bahia
Falls,
Villa.
where's
I
that?
saw
Bahia
that.
Villa.
We name all our houses because
Yeah.
I see.
it's
Aqua
nobody
Falls.
remembers
I mean, there are no
addresses.
street signs anymore,
Bahia
so you could
Villa.
be making that up,
Down
and
on
it
the
could be
south
a
end.
south end. Is it a condo?
House.
It's a house.
It's a house. It's a adorable 3-bedroom home. Cute little backyard with a patio. And
There are
pool.
adorable, cute little homes left on the beach.
There
Thank
are.
God.
Yes, there
Yes,
are.
yeah.
Yes, there are.
So what are you telling people when they rent?
We were telling them the weather is wonderful. The
Yes.
sunsets are still gorgeous. And a lot of people want to come just to support the
Yeah.
island, which is so
And the beach is
heartwarming.
clean.
Yeah.
You can walk
yeah.
on the beach. You can watch the
Yeah.
sunset. You can go to Wahoo Willie's. You can go to Snug Harbor now.
I mean,
You can clean the beach with us on Sunday if you're
Honestly,
around.
there's always
Bistro, right.
a silver lining for things. And for folks coming down now,
You got it, Jim.
it's not as busy. So you can get out on the beach, have a little meditative moment,
Yep.
you know.
You can actually go downtown Fort Myers if you wanted to, because before
Mhm.
you couldn't
you
get back.
couldn't do it.
right?
Yeah,
Bonita
yeah, yeah.
Springs has got a lot of restaurants open. It's on the
Yeah.
other side.
Yeah,
so-
we don't. Well, we want them staying on the beach. Screw Bonita Springs.
Oh,
I mean, who cares
stop.
about
We want-
those
we want
people?
them on the beach.
Yeah.
But I think, like I said, those people just want to help.
Yeah.
Some of these people, we're very transparent. They know what they're coming into,
Mhm.
but they're almost all repeat guests.
Yeah.
So they're just, and they actually a lot
Have
of them
you-
want to help.
Have you gotten feedback from people that, I mean, I know what people in the area say when they go down for the first time and they're like, oh, home.
It's worse than the pictures.
Yes.
It's
I had
never.
one
Yeah.
guest that said that she was actually shocked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pictures never do it justice. I mean, I've told people that you can see it on the news, you can see it in the videos, but when you're standing
It's
right next to
surreal.
that and thinking, wow, that used to be a building. Now it's just a
Mhm.
pile of giant
Yeah,
bricks,
yeah.
especially when you go to Lynn Hall Park and they don't clean, the county doesn't clean that park up at all.
They don't want
They
to
have
comment on
debris
that.
just sitting in the park when people could be
don't
parking
wanna
there. But
Well, and I think too with our owners, I mean, we can relate a little bit. Obviously, some of us have had our own. I've lost houses. I lost my St. James house, and we've lost properties. I've got homeless, employees.
Really?
We've all, people.
Hmm.
Everyone's been touched by it. And if
Mhm.
nothing else, even if you personally haven't, your beach has been touched,
Mhm.
right? And that's huge. And
Yeah.
that's very emotional for a lot of people, and for our owners. So
No, I was saying to somebody earlier tonight that when I went down on Sunday to do the video, you're still like,
you want to be
it's-
positive, but then you
yes.
see structures that
But
are
you
like,
have to remember that it's not been a lot of time in terms of devastating natural disaster timelines.
right.
But I said there's this one place, I think it was either a small hotel or motel, and the roof is gone and the front is gone, but there's still the 2 floors and there's still stuff like sitting there. And I
Yeah.
said
I
it's
know.
just like when you had a dollhouse and you would open up
Yeah.
the dollhouse.
Yeah.
There was
Exactly.
clothes
That's-
hanging.
that's-
It was like this-
And
that
that-
house was on the news. They
Yeah.
were the
We
TV
had one
station.
home, the second floor, all the beds were made, and the throw pillows were exactly
Yeah.
As they
before the
were.
storm. It was
Crazy.
So bizarre.
You could just stand there and look, and it's like Mother Nature can be
Very
really
surreal.
nasty, right? And
Well, and it's indiscriminate. I mean, you're like, how is that there and this is completely gone?
right, for anybody
know?
that doesn't think that storm, that Fort Myers Beach didn't take the brunt of that storm, they're smoking
Oh,
crack.
I've
I mean
been to
that.
I've been
that-
to the other islands. It was
yeah.
the worst.
I mean,
Yeah.
I know Sanibel got hit hard in Pine Island, but
Mhm.
Fort Myers Beach
Yeah.
got hammered
Got
big
hammered.
time. And
But we're trying to be positive
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's going to come back.
So
and
I have a
we're-
question.
We're going to be part of it.
yeah,
And luckily, we're all in our 20s, so
Yeah.
we've got a lot of
Wow.
time.
That's right.
Yeah.
ahead of
Yes.
us
Lots
to-
of times.
I have
not
a.
to worry
I'm
about.
not. I have a question for you. By the way, I got to tell you a story about the gym. Somebody walked right up to me and started talking to me. It was really uncomfortable today. It was a guy. It wasn't like
Like a
yeah, it wasn't one of those things. I don't even know what I can say anymore without getting in trouble. But so when people say, do you say to people, yes, come to Fort Myers Beach, come on down? Because I've been saying that for a couple of weeks now, and people get angry. So not a lot, but some people are like, stop saying that. We're still trying to, deal with insurance. What's the right answer?
we're not really saying anything. They're calling us.
I see.
And then, and like I said, we're being very transparent. There's a few people, quite honestly, that I talked to personally, and I don't take the phones as much now, that I'm sure I talked out of it, because I want them to be very prepared for this. I
Yeah.
want to be very honest about
What
it.
we're also doing on our website is we're showing pictures of the devastation of a street that our house is on. We're showing the debris. We're being honest because,
Yeah.
Right.
they need to know before
Right.
they
You
come.
may come down and the house that you rent or the condo that you rent may be refurbished and ready to go, but you're going to be surrounded not by the lush green
Right,
stuff that
exactly.
you used to see
Yeah,
before.
the views from the pool are not the same. You're seeing the house behind you where before it'd be palm trees.
Yeah.
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 Well, and I think the thing is when people come down, they just need to be respectful of the fact that there are so many people that are, recovering
Exactly.
and, maybe you're not going to have that, midnight wahoo party. You just like low key, be respectful of the people that are down there that are still dealing
Okay,
with what they're
mommy.
dealing.
All right, mommy.
Well, whatever.
It's
mean,
a balance.
Come on.
It's not-
Wahoo party, man. Come on.
No.
Be the only house on the block sometimes doing the Wahoo party. At least you're not going to disturb your neighbors.
I mean, and we've been through a lot of different stuff at this beach, but this is our first time too with something like this. So
Yeah.
we're all just winging it, right? We're all just doing the best.
Sometimes
we can.
when people come down and they're like, they get so upset. Like if they come down in the last week and they can't believe what they see, like it's crazy. I was like, oh boy, good thing you didn't come down like 3 months ago when
Exactly.
that first time people come over the bridge and there was like, it was like an apocalypse with sand everywhere.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
just,
the roads
it's-
couldn't even
yeah,
see 'em.
yeah.
Well, I think that's when people go, how come it's not further along? It's like, oh, you have no idea
Yeah, it's
what
further
had to
along.
get picked
Yeah.
up.
I don't know what you're
it
thinking.
was really,
So,
really.
yeah, and I was
they've
talking about-
come really far, and those debris truck people,
They're
they're
working
out
hard.
there
Yeah.
working it.
Yeah.
We are.
I was talking to somebody before the show and they're like, how come every time I go down Estero Boulevard, there's more debris on Estero Boulevard? It's because every time they clean off a house, another house gets put on the corner and they got to pick up
Well-
another house. There's going to be another house for like months.
Well, or like tonight coming down here, there was a storm. There was like a little band of storm that came in that washes stuff up. I mean, all that stuff is out there somewhere and it's going to keep washing up. So
What is Moscato?
I think it's a kind of sweet
It's a
wine.
sweet wine.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
Very
That's what the
sweet.
rich people drink. Is that what that is, Susie? Is
I
that
don't think
not
it's
Susie?
uh,
Laura?
it's
Laura.
I don't think it has
Oh.
a socioeconomic status. I just
Well, I've never
think-
heard of it before, so it can't be on the cheap shelf.
Well, you don't know anything about
I don't
wine.
drink wine. I'm just kidding. What do you guys drink, by the way? What
Wine.
like what kind of wine is that?
Wine is the answer. What is
But
the
not
question?
sweet.
What's your favorite wine? I'm a wine
Sauvignon Blanc.
connoisseur. Oh, yes. Yeah.
Oh.
What year?
What year? It's
Mine
a
don't
time.
usually last more than a year in my
I
house.
see. I see.
No,
Do you have a big-
Yeah,
I
come
know, I
on,
don't-
they're
I
not
don't-
lasting a
no.
couple of days. Come on.
Now the reds I do like a little more.
Oh,
age on
I'm a
red.
big
Yes.
fan of the reds. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't
What-
know anything.
Do you have a wine cellar at your house? Like,
We're living in it.
No one
Yeah.
has a wine cellar in
well,
Florida.
McKenna's
They
got
have-
a wine cellar.
No,
they got like
have
a giant wine room.
cabinet. They have a wine.
That's
Wine
like
cooler.
when
Yeah.
you know what? I
It's
ever went
just
into
a
somebody's
big
house
walk-in one.
and I saw like they took a room and they put wine in it, like hundreds of bottles of wine. I'm
It's
like,
kept
holy
in a-
shit, you drink
I
a lot
know.
of wine. Like that's a lot. How much money do you need to spend
It's
on
a
wine
lot.
to
Or
fill a
lot
wine
of,
room?
A lot of entertaining, probably.
Yeah.
I
No
would guess.
kidding,
I don't
yeah.
know.
Kept at
Well,
a
yeah.
certain temperature. I think
Yeah.
it's like 55 or something.
Yeah, and
So
they're-
what
yeah,
about
it's
you?
got a whole
I'm a
thingamajig
Sauvignon
on
Blanc.
it.
Really?
What year?
White wine.
South Africa.
I see.
Of
Yeah.
what year?
That's it.
Yeah.
I don't
I don't go by
I
year. I go by
see.
where
Yeah,
it's from.
well,
Yeah.
he's just throwing. He knows nothing. He's
I don't
just
know anything
throwing
about
that out
wine.
there.
One time we were on a wine tour in Cooperstown, New York.
Nope.
Was
it
it?
was down in the Finger Lakes.
It was somewhere where it was really cold. But we were playing hockey in the back barn. Do you remember we were
Yep.
playing? That was pretty fun.
Yeah,
there was
that
so
was
much
fun.
snow. We were playing
Mhm.
hockey.
Ice hockey.
Did you go to the Hall of Fame?
Oh yeah, we've
Oh,
been
yeah,
there many
yeah,
times. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Listen to him. We've been there
Yeah.
running dry.
Cooperstown.
No, well, we used to live up there, so
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
Cold. Yeah. We're glad we're
Cold.
here. And there's a lot of people that are.
Great apple cider.
Oh, so we can't say that. It's warm here.
Yes.
Yes.
When
Oh,
it's not here, it's warm.
listen, if you want to come down, come down. I don't know how many places there are to stay on the beach, but there are places to stay in
So-
Lee County.
How many? Remind people how many you have available.
8.
Right now?
8.
Yeah, probably about 8. But in February, a few more. Every month, a few more are being added.
And are
Back
you
on the-
booked
Nice.
up now, or do you have
We
availability?
have availability.
So if you want to come on down and be
Call
respectful,
us, go on our website.
Hey, what happened to Dan? Why isn't he here?
Dan is out of town.
Oh, I see. He just apologized.
Oh, he did?
He's watching wherever he is. He
Does
said
he
he's your
drink
his
Sauvignon
son.
Blanc?
Yeah, Dan, what are you drinking right now? What's your favorite drink? What year is your wine, Dan?
You
Does Dan
and
got a big
here.
wine cellar, like a giant wine cooler with 100 bottles of wine
Maybe
in his
he did
house?
when he was up north. I don't know.
I
Like I said,
see.
those cellars are tricky here.
They're
Yeah.
premium down here.
You guys have been with us for a long time too. I mean, I want to make sure people know you guys are like one of the early sponsors of our show. Like when we were nobody, or we're still nobodies, but back in the day where we were really nobodies, you guys have been with us for a long time. We appreciate that. It meant a lot when you go back to those early advertisers and sponsors, and for whatever reason they decided they were going to be part of it, and it was so cool. So we want to thank you for that, and hopefully your places can open up quickly, and the people are coming to Fort Myers Beach. I mean, there might not be enough places to stay, but they just want to come down and look at the sunset, sit on the sand, and remember what it was and what it can be, what it will be.
If somebody was interested in putting their house, as a vacation rental, what are some things for them to think about, and before they call you, what makes a good vacation rental? Is that a good question?
It's a really good question.
Thank you.
It's because it's
You can't
subjective.
bait them into
subjective.
saying it's a good
She did
question, dear.
gesture like,
Should
good
I? She was
question.
thinking, should I say it
Now,
was a good
houses are
question?
so broad. Like you can have a 2-bedroom that does really well. You can have a 6-bedroom home that does really well. That's going to have multi-families in it, or just
If it's
big family.
if it's a 6-bedroom, it doesn't hurt to have a game room and a tiki hut.
Yeah.
Just saying.
You know what's the
People
most
love those.
Pools,
Or
we
a
need
theater
pools.
room.
Yep.
Pool.
Yep.
You know what's the most important thing to me when I go into a vacation rental? Into a vacation rental is that the toilet flushes without issue. I don't want the toilet to ever be an issue. I want to make sure that, I'm not saying I'm going to stuff extra toilet paper in it or
well,
anything
I
like
was
that.
just gonna
But you want to
say,
have a solid toilet that when you sit down, it doesn't shake, because that'll make you feel like you're overweight. But you want to make sure that
We'll
thing
put that as our
flushes.
amenities.
We'll make
Yeah.
sure that's an
Solid
amenity. If
toilet.
yes,
we ever rent to
solid
you,
toilet
but
that
we
can handle
but we do have a
ton
whole-
of Charmin.
but we still have a full maintenance team, so we can take care of that for you.
I don't want the
That's
maintenance
right.
guy. Oh, number 6, the guy in number 6, the
Has
big
done a
shitter.
number
He
2.
flushed. He stuffed up the shitter again. No way. I'm getting my own plunger.
We actually supply plungers.
Okay, good.
We plunger with every rental.
Nice.
I don't think
Oh.
you should use
No.
that as your tagline, but hey,
Maybe.
that's just me.
Hey, that'd be
Ed likes
original.
that.
So, can I ask how much it costs to rent a? What's a vacation rental go for right now in Fort Myers
It's
Beach?
varied.
Well, right now it is interesting because we're trying to kind of figure that out ourselves. We could tell you really well right before the storm what everything. I mean, we even have homes upward to $1,500 a night. Now as we got there's been a lot of beautiful homes built now, and we're attracting a lot of bigger families and things like that. So it really depends
It's
on
a
the
big
size
range.
of and when and what time of the year.
Are you saying you're getting around that rate? Because I wouldn't be surprised if you are. Or is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tammy's place is getting that.
Clearly, I'm making them
$800.
uncomfortable with that
Yeah.
question.
No, you're
it's just-
talking about money. So.
Well, it's funny because it's obviously the business is about, like most businesses, supply and demand, and of course the demand isn't quite what it was, of course,
Mhm.
but the supply is way down. So
Yeah.
we're getting a good rate.
Good.
We think it's going to pick up for the summer with schools being out
Yeah.
of session.
It's even really season yet, is it? Or is it?
It's season.
It is
is
season now.
Normally it is.
Gotcha.
Right now it's not because of what's going
Yeah.
on.
When does season run? If life was normal?
Pretty much
Through Easter.
around Christmas.
What are you
past
looking at me like that
Christmas
for?
to
because
Easter.
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
So as Fort Myers Beach comes out of the rebuild, comes through the rebuild, do you expect inventory to go up?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
From
expect
where
more.
it was before, or
From where it was before.
You mean the rates?
no, the total number of
inventory. Yep.
overall on the
what
island.
what we saw before the storm was a lot of investors coming in, because I mean, from when I started 18 years ago, there's an enormous. I mean, it must be 10 times
Amazing,
the
and you're
amount.
only in your 20s.
I know,
Holy
isn't that crazy?
Christmas!
I was little.
I was
just
4
little.
going around.
I was amazing. I was an overachiever when I was a child. No, but there's so many more now, and I think that's going to continue. All these lots will be built out to these. Well, Alex can help you with that. in the
Yeah,
next segment.
Right.
yeah.
Right.
But they're going to get a lot of big homes. And
What
a
do
lot
you
of
say
rentals.
to people when they say Fort Myers will never be the same, or I want it to go back to what it was? I mean, you hear that a lot. It's not going to go back to what it was. but
No, yeah. It's not going to be the same way as it was, but it's going to be nice.
Is it
going to be really nice?
It is going to be really nice. You think they're going to be more families or less families?
More.
More families.
Mhm.
Why?
On vacation or
Because-
living?
Because there's more places for them to rent. It's like in Orlando, for instance. Obviously, you've got Disney and so forth, but they had a lot of big homes for big families and so forth.
I
And
see.
now we can provide those. We didn't have those back in the day. Remember?
Yeah.
We
So
didn't have
I have a really important question.
Oh boy. Where's my
Without
bell
giving
when I
out
need it?
names, what has been your nightmare rental scenario? Like, have you had people come
College
down?
kids, spring break.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. The kids.
Yeah.
Those damn kids.
They're
Rough.
supposed to have. They're not supposed to be in there, but they can kind of
Sneak
slide
in
under the
there.
wire.
get their
but
parents to sign for
we
them.
catch them.
What is the highest rate you
Oh.
ever got for a room on Fort Myers Beach?
Not a
for
room,
one
Another
night.
room, a house.
a house.
House?
Highest rate.
$1,000 a night.
More than that, 1,400 for the night.
1,400 for the night.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
actually, the truth is, the loudest people we've ever had in a unit
Are
were women
50.
in their 50s.
No shit.
So
What were
it's
they
so-
doing?
No.
We-
It's
we
so
yell a
funny
lot.
that you say that
No.
because when we had I don't know if it was the tiki, I think it was the tiki guys on that do the boat tours.
Yeah.
And I said to the, I was one of the captains. I said, so what's the rowdiest like spring break? Blah, blah. He goes, no, it's people. It was a group of women in their 50s, and someone got so wild that they went overboard.
Oh my gosh.
Was she
So-
wearing a yellow shirt? I hope not.
No,
I don't want that.
but you know what? Hey,
Right.
being in that group, I'm
Yeah.
like, rock on,
No,
ladies.
you
rock
never.
on.
Oh, you're
We're past
such
that,
a
and we're still
liar.
in that group.
Yeah. You never. When was the last time you got loud and
No,
rowdy?
no,
When?
but I mean, women.
When
in
was the
their
last time you
50s.
fell off a tiki boat? Never ago.
Yeah, no,
Never.
I've never fallen off a tiki
Please.
boat. A bicycle.
You're afraid to
yes.
have a drink on the show. Yeah, I mean that's how.
a bicycle
What a
I've
sissy
fallen
you
off
are.
of.
Yeah. So, what was my question going to be?
I don't know, Jeopardy.
crap.
What is your question?
My question was the worst thing that's ever happened to one of you. I don't want to end on this, but what is like somebody did something to one of your places? What I mean, did they damage it
No,
in
I have
the
a
worst
better
way? And
question. Has anyone proposed and gotten married? at one of
No.
your
Oh,
places?
absolutely.
Come on.
And
Nice.
who cares about
That's a
that
nice
crap?
way.
Oh,
It is,
That
that's
is
much
Noel.
nicer.
Yes,
is,
you're
yeah.
welcome.
you don't want to go out on the
Thank you.
plunger note
Yeah,
either.
No.
We've
All
we've
right.
had some challenges. Let's put it that
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't want them to be listening.
Your houses are still safe, everybody.
Everybody's
Nah, no,
good.
we're just joking around. It's
So
a-
where can people get a hold of
Yes.
you?
and find out how to get on your waiting list.
Yeah.
Well, our website is
Sunpalacevacations.com.
Vacationhomes.com.
Right. Sorry
Mhm.
about that.
sunpalacevacationhomes.com.
Mhm.
And you can put in
Turn the
the
lights out
And
on
our
us.
phone
The
number's on
dates.
there.
Yep. And put in the dates that you want to reserve
Yes.
a place.
And all the
and-
availability will come up, pictures, descriptions, everything.
And our operations center will be open again soon. Our office, unfortunately, on the beach kind of floated away, though I found out it saved a couple homes. I saw
Oh,
the
there you
video,
go.
Wow.
which was nice that it was used in a positive manner.
Where's your office going to be? Same place or different place? or-
Right now, we're still our
Still
operations
working on
is
it.
right over the bridge, and we're working on the beach the beach part. Yeah.
Oh, so you don't know where it's going to be when it
Right.
opens on the beach yet?
Correct.
Okay,
correct.
gotcha. And where is it off the beach? It's
Right over the bridge. In
Yeah.
that little strip mall.
by
Yeah.
the by
Operation- that's where-
Keenest.
Yes, but
Okay.
that's where our operations and housekeeping was.
And
Gotcha.
do you want to give out your phone number slowly so people, if
Yeah.
they're writing it
Somebody
down?
else will type it in the chat box too.
Wait, I'm not-
It's 239-314-0240.
Sorry.
You guys are whispering to each other over there. What's going
I'm
on?
sorry, I didn't mean to catch you off guard. I know it happens though.
Well,
I
thank
know
you
what
guys for coming on and putting up with Kim's silly questions and
I
things
told
like
you.
that. So,
I told you, right? That it
Thank
was going to
you.
go.
and thank you for everything.
Well,
Seriously.
Thank you
Thank
for
you,
having us,
guys.
and we appreciate you guys.
We appreciate
Thank
it.
you
was
very
a
much. The
pleasure
folks
to
from
have you
Sun
on.
Palace Vacations,
Thanks.
everybody, we appreciate them coming on. Thank you.
Are
And
you going to
call
read
them.
some ads?
Yes, I am.
All right.
Call them when you need a place to stay on Fort Myers Beach. I didn't know they had 8 places and more to come. So give them a call and come on down. Come on down to Fort Myers Beach and hang out with us down. Oh, the microphone just went down. That's all right. I could do it myself. We got a new sponsor to tell you about, everybody. And we appreciate everybody that joins the show and believes that we bring them value for their business. Power Block Builders, new sponsor, brand new sponsor tonight. They built over 500 to 600 structural shells for tract home builders, and they're also a custom home builder in Cape Coral. They have a model in Northeast Cape Coral. The Genesis model will include the following from Power Block Builders: hurricane impact windows, elevated concrete columns, tile throughout, LED recessed lighting, metal roof, granite countertops, stainless steel kitchen appliances, soft close shaker cabinets, nickel plumbing fixtures, 8-foot interior doors. Your color choice of Sherman-Williams paint. Sherman-Williams paint is the best paint. What else? Oh, the list goes on. Matching granite windowsills, nickel finished door handles, ventilated closet shelving, Power Block Builders, baby. Our newest sponsor. They're located right here in Fort Myers. They've done work on Fort Myers Beach, and we're so happy to have them as a sponsor. Alex King is a sponsor, and he's coming on shortly. So you know what? We're not going to read Alex's ad because he's coming on. Alex King and friends. Picking up the microphone for me.
Hello, hello.
Come on down. Make sure you sit nice and close together so everybody can see you.
And this is Dennis Wagaman, also with our company, Current Coastal Realty.
Alex and Dennis, nice and close with the microphone so everybody out there can hear you. Thank you guys for coming on. Alex King, you've been on the show probably 5 to 10 times already. I mean, usually when you come on the show, you're handing out money.
Yeah.
You got the King Foundation. How's the foundation going before we get into the real estate?
Well, we have our next meeting in March. We do it every 3 months, quarterly, of course. And so we're going to try to figure out, where the best place to put some money is in March. So we're open to any good ideas.
So what Alex means by that is if there's a need for some kind of donation on the beach, you like to keep it to the beach, right?
Yes.
You should get in touch with him or the King Foundation somehow, maybe apply or at least give you a pitch or something like that, because you have money that you give out.
Yes, we work with the 501c3 charities. So most of the, the Fort Myers Beach Community Foundation, the Women's Club, the art galleries, the art association.
Right.
We want to go direct to them and let them get money out to the locals.
And how long has the foundation been running? Because it seems like originally it was, go ahead. I don't want to fill in. I don't want to be wrong.
It's been going for about 2 years where we're giving out money, but the foundation legally has been around for a number of years, but only just in the past 2 years have we started.
Because you had to wait for something had to trigger, and then you were able to just start giving out money. How much money have you given out so far?
We've given out, I would say, around $2 million.
Wow.
But in the local community, maybe 300,000.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I got to talk to somebody to come and see you, because we're going to start something on Monday.
Okay.
That is going to be huge on the beach. So
love it.
Yeah. I got to remember, dear. Make sure I remember, because if I forget, that's going to be
where's
bad.
your lovely wife tonight?
Yeah. What's up with that?
She's either on the roof, painting the roof, or doing pavers, or or has a drill in her hand.
You know what? I love her. She is a spitfire.
I was just going to say that word.
Yep.
Yeah.
She is, and I'm not surprised that she's got a drill in her hand.
She's a hoot. Nina is a total hoot.
Yeah. How'd you find that lady?
Well, I think it was an arranged marriage. I showed up for Christmas in 14 years ago on Coconut Drive, and next thing you know, I'm engaged and got married in May.
Wow.
Best
just
thing
like
ever
that.
happened, though.
No kidding.
Yeah.
For you, for sure, man.
Oh,
wow.
for sure.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry. We didn't mean to ignore you over there. Alex, you were sharing some stunning numbers about Fort Myers Beach before the show. And I said, when you tell people some of those statistics and some of those dollar amounts, they're going to be flabbergasted by it. So
gobsmacked.
Have at it, man.
Well, I was actually surprised. I wanted to look at what's happening since Hurricane Ian, and just 140 transactions have happened since September 29th. Over $140 million in sales on the beach. Just in the past week alone, we've had 22 pending properties go under contract.
Wow.
5
Wait, so
today.
you said, I want to make sure you're accurate, because you said 140 transactions, and then you said 140 million.
Well, it was 142 transactions and 140 million.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
rounding
So
it
how
up.
does that compare to other snippets of time? Good question.
Very
Tim.
good question.
Oh my
I was
gosh,
looking
again,
at the
baiting
chart
him.
there, and that's right. Ring the bell.
I forgot the bell. I didn't think we were going to ask any good questions tonight.
All right.
Yeah. Is that a lot?
Well, for the housing market, the houses it is, but
Okay.
the condos have yet to come on the marketplace
Mhm.
in a big quantity. So if you look back, we're actually lower volume than we were maybe 5 or 6 years ago during this time. But the market inventory has tightened up so much in the past 5 years. So
Well, and right now, since September, there's going to be less inventory because
Exactly.
unfortunately, what happened. So is it a higher percentage then? That is that the way to look at it? Like there's more homes for, maybe not total homes for sale, but percentage wise with what's available, there's more for sale, or is it kind of the same?
what would you say?
My opinion is since Ian, we've seen a tremendous increase in inventory for multiple reasons.
Okay.
There have been instances where folks unfortunately can or don't wish to rebuild.
Right.
There's other instances where folks believe it's time to sell and move on for, again, various reasons. But we're seeing more and more inventory coming on the market daily. A few short years ago, we were seeing as many properties come on market today as we did maybe in a month a few years ago.
Wow.
So it's quite a overwhelming number. But like Alex mentioned, commensurate with that, we're also seeing the sales.
Mhm.
Okay, we're seeing the sales, we're seeing the transactions occurring. So even though inventory is building up a bit, property values are maintaining for the most
Mhm.
part pre-Ian levels, and we're still seeing a lot of activity, a lot of interest.
So the price is the price holding stable, or is it up even since?
Well, in some cases,
Or
it's even
down.
up. In
Yeah,
some cases, it's even up. We've seen prices maintaining their stability at pre-Ian levels. Some properties, folks are paying a premium for the properties because they know we're coming back.
Mm-hmm.
They know what this island's going to be once we get ourselves up, pull our Band-Aids off and dust ourselves off a little bit. It's going to be the jewel of Southwest Florida. It truly is. And that's what everyone's looking forward to right now, I believe.
So the fact that interest rates, and I believe they were just raised up a tiny little bit recently, that not affecting, like, is the beach in a bubble compared, you know what I'm saying?
It's cash buyers,
Okay.
or getting loans off a portfolio.
See, I don't have that kind of cash, so that wouldn't even cross my mind, but yeah.
Or getting loans off of 401ks or Roth or what have you. So everyone's pulling cash from different directions. So, we have a lot
So
of.
they're not having to worry about, that's not impeding, that's not really affecting sales on the beach.
Not right now. We're starting
Okay.
to see some after repair value loans starting to come in place from the lenders. Interesting thing is the luxury condo market, like around million above. I'm just really surprised at the demand for that.
He wants one for me. So
exactly, of course.
Yeah.
So we're seeing that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, Alex, what do you think that?
Now he walked away, so he's
not
going to
gonna ask
ask
the
a
same
complete
question.
sideways
Of course.
question.
No, I'm
here.
not with Alex. He's totally serious. I wouldn't do that to him.
Yeah.
What is the attraction to Fort Myers Beach, in your opinion?
The laid back lifestyle. I hear it from so many people that are actually well-to-do. They just don't want to dress up.
Mhm.
So they can go on date night to Naples, but they just love being laid back here.
The
And
casual. Yeah.
yeah.
Interesting. So, did you get a chance to say anything
Yes.
yet? Or?
Yes. No. He was filling us in.
What is your biggest sale ever?
Biggest sale ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Beach Whale restaurant would be one of them.
That
sold
was
for
the one
$3.65 million.
for the new owners.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah,
And then,
Mike
of
and Dora
course,
Miller.
Yeah, they're going to come on. They'll be on the 17th to
people,
talk
by the
about
way.
their rebuild.
Yeah,
But then,
great people.
all of a sudden, a couple weeks after they buy the place, it's demolished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Super
they're
nice
into it,
people.
though. I mean,
Yeah.
they're all
Oh,
in.
yeah.
They got the drawings done for it.
That's the thing that's interesting about Fort Myers Beach. You got a place like the Whale, and the owners of the Whale that they know what they want. They want to rebuild. They knock that thing down, and then unfortunately, you go to Times Square. You got 8 different owners. You got the city that has the property.
The
You got the town, or the county, and the town. It's like Times Square is going to be the last place that they could all sit down and figure it out.
Right.
And so there's so many different scenarios on Fort Myers Beach. What
Exactly.
do you guys know about that surf club building? I mean, What the hell is going on with that? Why did you got it for sale?
Go ahead.
Is somebody going to buy it?
Not that I know of.
Are you lying right there? You just told a lie.
I know
man.
of.
What's going on with that building?
Well, we've made offers towards it before.
Yes, we've talked to the folks there, and I think they're trying to, like a lot of other folks on the island, trying to sort of figure things out right
What are
now.
they trying to
I think
figure out? They
they've
were
been
never
figuring it
open.
out forever.
I mean, did they open one day a year to keep their liquor license going? I mean, who owns that building?
Some folks. Yeah.
Some folks.
That's
He
what
has
I
to
was wondering
maintain their
too.
It's like the
privacy.
prime.
Yeah,
It's like
it is.
the primest piece of real estate.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
right in that area there, and it's like,
Right.
what the hell are these people doing?
I think they're just in a waiting game, trying to see what happens.
They've been
what plays
waiting a
out.
while.
No
Yeah, they
shit.
have. Yeah, they have.
Yeah. So I was asking earlier, the Sunpalace vacation rent, Sunpalace Homes vacation. I'm messing it all up, but Sunpalace. If they thought that the inventory for rental properties was going to go up in the wake of Ian, and they said that would be a better question to ask you. Is that, the empty lots or the homes that were really damaged, will those come back as private folks, or will those come back as vacation rental homes?
Well, I really feel we're getting a lot younger buyers coming to market.
Nice.
We're having
Okay.
a transformation of the generations. And so they're not retired yet.
Right.
So therefore, there's the answer.
So
But-
to live in, homes to live in,
Well, most of them will rent it out some,
okay.
Now it depends on if it's a $5 million home, they may not rent that out.
Right.
But if it's in that $1 to $3 million range or $3.5 million range, 4-bedroom, 5-bath on a canal, they're going to rent those out until they're ready to use
They're
it.
probably not going to let those be pet properties. I'm
Yeah.
going to guess. at
And
that
Alex,
price.
your house got hit pretty hard too, right? What road do you live on?
I live on Buccaneer Drive, right where the bald eagle used to be in the front tree, but he's moved into the backyard now.
I see. And
Yeah.
are you above the 50%? And you're
Well, we're in a ranch, and I bought it about in 2018. We remodeled it, did all the permits, 50% back then, and we had a new roof in March. Thank goodness.
wow.
So we were like a washing machine. All our doors, windows held. So all we have to do is drywall, cabinets, mirrors, stuff like that.
little stuff.
Well, I lost everything, and we just celebrated the other night. We did a fold-up table, a bottle of wine. We bought a $99 range. We did some pasta, and we tapped glasses, and that was a big event.
red or white?
Red wine.
I figured.
Yeah.
I figured
What
you for
year?
red wine.
What year
Oh,
red
him
wine?
With the year.
Oh man, I don't know. You have
What
to ask
kind?
Kim.
Was it a
She
cab?
knows. It's got to be a cab. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured you
Yeah.
for a cab guy.
73 is my favorite cab red wine.
Oh,
You ever
Yeah.
had one of those?
I've had a
No.
lot of wine over the past. We actually figured out.
Over the
You left
past
that part
4
out.
months.
Yes.
We actually we ate out for like 140 days or something, 120
Oh.
days, because we
Wow.
were on vacation before Ian hit, and that was our first home
Home
meal,
cooked, yeah.
eating that pasta there. So
Wow.
that was an
I mean,
amazing.
people think going out to eat that's great, but
Oh,
at
I'm
some
tired of
point,
going
yeah,
out to
yeah,
eat.
you're like,
What
Or
is-
margarita.
How does your wife like the permitting process?
Well,
Ding,
we
ding,
know
ding.
the answer.
no,
to
here's the
that.
answer. Actually, I've been over there a couple times recently myself.
Yeah.
And has anyone gone onto the site where they've seen the new 90 questions they have with answers?
90 questions. Who the hell has time to read
questions and
that?
answers. They actually have the owner's form that you fill out. It's
Wow.
pre-filled out as examples. So they
Wow.
have now a sample package.
Nice.
They've eliminated the mystery. So it's a big progress since a month or 2 or 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well, you
hats
know-
off to what they've done.
Yeah,
Exactly.
they're
in the past
definitely
month.
they're
Exactly.
definitely improving on
You know,
it, and
we-
they're working hard at
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I love
And
this
they've
new town
added
manager.
people.
Yeah.
They're trying to,
yeah. I think the new
no
town-
one could have prepared for this.
This town manager that we have now, Keith, they should hire him. Like they should talk him into this job.
Are they going to give him a president's salary?
Like they gave the last crackpot. So Alex, on a more serious note, like you're a fancy dresser. Like that you got some spiffy clothes on there.
Okay.
Where did you get that shirt and pants? And then you got Crocs on. You're wearing Crocs. Like
Well,
how does that go with what the hell you're wearing?
Well, I've adopted Crocs since the cleaning out the muck in my house like everyone
There you go.
else.
Yeah.
I actually got caught wearing them in Naples 2 weeks ago to dinner. My wife says, "What are you doing
Yeah.
wearing
They'll
Crocs in
kick
Naples?"
you out in
I'm
Naples.
telling you.
I'm surprised
They're
that we
like
let you on the
out.
show with those
I
shoes
know,
on. I
but
mean, you're all
actually,
dressed up nice, and then you're wearing gray
Well,
Crocs.
I could barely find any clothes, but she went and bought these over at Saks Offshore recently. They're
Oh,
very
Saks.
comfortable. You need to
Yeah.
go down there.
I see.
Yeah,
you
they're nice.
you shop at Saks Fifth Avenue. I didn't
Fifth
know that.
Avenue.
Off outlet
Yeah,
discount.
Miramar.
Oh, sure,
Miramar.
Alex
Yeah,
King.
yeah.
Sure. Like,
So I have to say, I'm going to retell this story. I
Okay.
don't know if you remember. You know where
Uh-oh.
I'm going with this?
Uh-huh.
So we went to an event at the Mound House a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And you left your, had your, I
Me.
don't know what you were wearing, but you left your shirt in the car. So I had to go back on there was a guy that was driving the golf carts back and forth. Yeah, because there's no parking down there. And so we went down. I got your shirt out of the vehicle, and I got back on the golf cart with you and your lovely wife,
Mhm.
and I hung it up. And this golf cart guy, I mean, he was great, but he was like, we must have been on fire because he like hit the gas or the electric. That thing took off, and your shirt flew out down the street.
I
And
remember.
Yeah, before I could even be like, I got it. You were like beating feet in your Crocs, flipping off your feet, running down the street, picking up that shirt back in Scooty Boot, and we were back.
This is
at
what
the
we do
Roundhouse.
on the beach. This is our style.
he-
This is how we live.
He's part Gazelle. Didn't you know that?
Yeah.
He's part Gazelle.
Gazelle
I've
with
seen
the
it in action
Crocs.
many
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
It's about the Crocs.
I
Did
was
you-
just
were
like,
you wearing Crocs at the time too?
I've just adopted these. I think
Yeah.
I wear them all day, every day. And if you haven't tried them, they're very comfortable.
I think they float. So if you go out in the water, it's going to look like
Well,
you're
they
walking
found my
on
jet
water.
ski.
They did.
Yes,
Where?
and they just brought it. Well, it was over in the mangroves, but then it disappeared. They found it on someone's dock.
Wow. Like, how far from your
They
house
found
was
it on somebody's dock.
Yeah, it was.
How curious that is.
Well, yeah, we can't go much further into
Okay,
that, but
that's
anyway,
curious,
it's
yeah.
now at my house. But
Wow. So, Alex, when you first went back to your house the first time, what went through your mind?
wow,
Yeah.
it was just shock and awe. We broke down in tears because we're full-time residents. Everything we owns there, like other people, and
All your personal memorabilia.
yeah, everything. Personal shoes, clothing, computers,
Not your Crocs, but
uh,
yeah.
everything you own.
Yeah, I don't think people, there are a lot of people out there that go through stuff like that, but I don't think people can realize, like, okay, let's put a couple of sandbags up against the door and we'll move this around here. We'll move the car here and lock the door really hard, and then you come back, and the amount of destruction that can be done to a structure like that by Mother Nature is
But it
just,
humbles you.
Yeah,
We're
Yeah.
so humbled. Now it's not about certain things as it was before.
right.
We appreciate. Actually, I didn't have a mirror for 3 weeks. I was shaving.
I remember.
without a mirror.
I remember
And
seeing you.
and
You
now
look
I got
so
a mirror.
scruffy, and you
It's
look
like,
all pretty now.
Wow, how nice this is. These little things mean
Right.
so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're on your road to rebuild, and that's a great thing. And give us an idea of how you think the island's going to transform. You've been around for a long time. You live on the island. You see what's going on around you. You're part of selling some things down there. What do you see the island looking like in 5 years?
I think because the commercial market's transforming so quick, changing hands so quick, if you don't have a lifestyle on the beach, the restaurants, the commercial, the shops, then everything drags out. That is going in lightning speed. So that's going to speed up things faster than people realize. In 3 to 4 years, you're going to have a bustling commercial marketplace. So therefore, the future homeowners, they see that, they hear it, it's on the news, and they're going to participate. They're going to go invest. They're going to build up and go with it.
I'm not 100% sold that there are going to be more families, but you think there will be, like families that can afford to live on Fort Myers Beach.
Honestly, even before COVID, even before Ian, we were seeing a whole new demographic come in here. The WFH market, work from home market.
Mm-hmm.
There's hundreds of thousands of folks that are able to work from home.
Yeah.
And they'd rather be in 80-degree sunshine than
Looking
here.
at the beach.
What are
Yeah.
your thoughts? thoughts?
No, I agree. As Alex mentioned, folks are getting younger. I have some buyers. One worked for a very large, very well-known online purchasing portal, and another one did.
All right. Did they have
another
kids?
One, no, but they had 3 dogs.
Well, you see, that's my
Yeah.
that's
but they
my
were a
question.
young couple. They were a young couple. They
But-
were
oh,
they were
might
looking to
get
settle
kids.
They
down.
might-
They traveled throughout the country trying to find a place that they wanted
Nice,
to live.
gotcha. So
and they
she's got good
I-
eggs. There's a
identified
chance
Fort
they could
Myers
have kids.
Beach.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So do you think? I guess I'm asking that because of the whole school thing. I mean,
Sure.
are there going to be enough kids and families? Forget about that. There's a possibility you could expand the school outside of Fort Myers Beach and bring kids over. Are there going to be enough families with kids to support a school on
I
the
believe
beach?
so. That's what I don't think people realize, how many 40-year-old, 35, 45-year-old families are able to move here and have the income to buy the new construction homes at, $2 million, 2.5, 3 million. And we've been discovered. We're the hottest thing all over the nation.
For sure. I mean, some of the lots that you see with mangled houses and destroyed
Yeah.
houses are selling for big money. And, the people that are older, good for them. I mean, they should make as much money as they can, because if you're 70 or 80 and you can't,
Like you.
yeah, you can't really, rebuild and go through all that crap with the insurance and the flood and the wind and the whole thing, get every dollar you can from somebody, and hopefully you can live somewhere close by and still come to the beach. But
How's the condo market?
Well, actually, condos have just started coming on the MLS, and they're actually moving fairly quick. Now, the interesting thing is they still have the HOA meetings. They still have a lot of unknowns. They don't know if they have all the assessments figured out.
Oh yeah.
We
Good
just
point.
found one that we had it listed that was weekly rental, but now the insurance company said you can't do weekly rental. You're going to only be able to do 6 times a year monthly, and only half of the units. So these are
Who
the
said that?
surprising things.
not
that
the
we're
The
town.
seeing.
insurance.
Oh, the insurance.
Yeah.
So many rules.
Yeah. So we have some very interesting dynamics to play in the condo market, but
I think
all that will work out.
the structure of life goes communism, HOAs. That's the way the things work.
I'm sure a lot of people agree with you.
Holy. I'm glad we don't have an HOA. Well, we do, but we
We
pay
do,
$100 a quarter,
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we don't pay that
Voluntary.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is nice.
But you can't have a fence at our house.
Right.
We
But, an
tried that.
interesting thing here is there's a lot of affordable home solutions coming into the marketplace. We've seen them through Homebound and a few others.
Homebound
here.
yeah, heard a lot about
But
them.
there's a new emerging market that needs to happen. So many properties were sold at $1 million, $1.5 million.
Yeah.
They need to rebuild. They can't build with 2 bedrooms. They need 4 or 5 bedrooms. So we do have some new players like Scott Allen, even Homebound,
Yeah.
and some others coming in that marketplace.
I know Scott's got some news coming up that he's going to share with us
Yes.
on the show.
Yeah.
He's really working
We
hard.
need these folks.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Teamwork, team effort.
Is there anything else you want the people to know about what you're doing, how they can get in touch with you, how they can buy property, how they can sell property, or how they can ask for money from your foundation?
Oh, absolutely. Well, Current Coastal Realty is our brokerage name, currentcoastalrealty.com, our phone number. You can call me direct, 239-849-3663, and I'll introduce you to the right person to work with.
Awesome. How many people you have working with you?
We now have 10 agents on our team,
Nice.
and our office at 100 Lovers Lane, the 3-story yellow building. We have power, but we can't occupy it yet, but we're right around the corner from being in there.
Why can't you occupy it yet? Need a permit?
Well, it's
It's
they
a
got
process. It's
Yeah.
a process.
Then we need CO and fire inspections and all that stuff.
Could he be any nicer? I mean, he's like
I
the
know.
nicest guy we know on Fort Myers Beach, and he wears Crocs.
Crocs are king, man.
How many pair of Crocs you got?
Well, actually, this is the only one I can find because everything's in storage,
And the rest are in the drink somewhere.
yeah,
The rest
somewhere
are in the
else like
bay.
that. But they come in handy.
Thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you
And
very
by
much.
the way,
so
thank you
much.
for supporting the show. For full
Yeah.
disclosure, Alex sponsors the show, and it's been a great relationship since even before that, when you would come on and just give money out and talk about the community. And we appreciate what you do for us. And
Thank you.
it's a great relationship that we have. Thank you so much.
We need you guys.
Thank
Oh,
you,
wow.
Alex
doing what
King,
you're doing.
everybody.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so
So
much for
much.
coming on. And dear, what I need you to do is I need you to get JJ.
Look at that guy's mustache.
Not it's not Alex's mustache. You need to get JJ so we can talk about the Super Bowl. Don't go anywhere yet because JJ is going to come on from Margaritas. We're going to talk about the Super Bowl. But I want to tell you about two people that you need to get in touch with, because if you need some debris removal, this whole debris removal thing isn't over. It's Mike Bannock who you need to call, and his number is 352-636-3719. And people send me emails all the time. God, when I sit down with this shirt, it looks like I got a giant jelly roll, like a big fat jelly roll just sitting over my belt here. It's disgusting to look at it. He will interior demo, lot leveling, utility cap off, permitting. Call Mike Bannock at 352-636-3719. And I lost a sheet of paper, but I know it by heart. Dorston Claims, because the insurance companies are not giving you all the money they should be giving you. And Mark Dorston and his company, Dorston Claims, Google it. I know I should have the phone number in front of me, but we just got something that we posted on Facebook
I know.
the other
was very
day
happy.
about how happy they were with Dorston, the folks at the Dorston Claims team getting them more money than the insurance company wanted to give out.
Public adjuster.
Because, the
Private,
insurance
public.
company is going to give you a check, and they're going to say, I just got that sucker off my list. Check him off. He's never coming back. And that's when you go and get wow, that guy's you know what? I always wanted to play the saxophone. I've told you that.
Yeah, you
No, it's
always
the
said
trumpet.
the trumpet.
Wow.
So-
Is that guy? What's the band playing tonight, JJ? What you got? Say again?
Soul City.
Soul City. So you got a saxophone player. What else?
Drums,
So we have
bass.
the Soul City is a 5-piece band.
Wow.
They play soul music, 70s, 80s, 90s, some Motown, some classic rock.
Yeah. When I was growing up in high school, I used to play the flute.
What was it?
The flute.
The flute?
It was torture. It was parental torture.
Torture
Jason.
for everybody.
Like your
Ed
parents.
played the flute in high school, he said.
Listen, don't give me any shit. All right, I'm going to explain the story.
The flute or the little tiny little thing?
yeah,
What was
the
it called?
Harmonica?
recorder. The
So,
little plastic recorder.
parents-
or the kazoo.
my
Is that what
parents-
you said? Maybe a kazoo.
My parents thought, or they
Or no, it's called a piccolo.
they
That's what
made
it
you
is.
think that you had to play a musical instrument, or you were going to die or something. You had to be like it wasn't like you had to play football or you had to play a sport. You had to play a musical instrument. So I played the flute. I played that friggin' gigantic. What is
Tuba?
that tuba?
A tuba
I
or
mean,
a
why
bus-
can't I play the fucking drums? Just
Yeah,
give me
or
a
a
couple of
guitar. You
drumsticks
could
so I
have been
can
a
play
rock and roll
something
star.
cool.
Yeah.
You got to give me the flute so I look like a friggin' sissy. I'm carrying
Well-
around this flute, and you got to change that. What are those little things
A reed.
called?
Yeah, the reed.
I had to
Yeah.
buy reeds. You know what it's like to go to a music store and buy reeds when you're a dude?
Said no. A flute's a brass. You wouldn't have had reeds in
Well,
that.
what
Nice.
goes in a reed?
A reed would have been in a saxophone,
clarinet.
a clarinet.
Okay, whatever. Same thing. Clarinet,
played
flute,
clarinet?
same thing. Yeah,
Oh, that
right.
was definitely a chick instrument
No
for sure.
shit. No shit.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Can't
chick
play the
instrument.
drums. Why can't I play the drums? Oh,
Well,
you got to play the clarinet, Eddie.
Let's not
Eddie's
talk
got to play
about
the clarinet.
gender of
Yeah.
instruments.
Yeah, you.
So what's going on for Super Bowl?
Right?
Oh, Ed's playing the clarinet for us. What do you think?
I want to play the trumpet.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a
boy.
dude instrument
that's
right
what-
there.
that's what's
Playing
happening.
the Star
And I
Spangled
tried.
Banner
Oh,
on the
tried.
trumpet.
The
Yeah,
saxophone.
I
You could be the next
Nah.
Kenny G.
All right, that guy was jamming it out,
Yeah.
but that's got too many things. I could do the 3-thing thing, but
Yeah.
that's got
Not
too
all
many
of
gizmos
Yeah,
there.
you
So,
need more
did
of
you
them.
put lipstick on just to come on the show?
No, I didn't. Thanks. for asking.
Did you lip up? Because she does the same
I put
thing.
my lips on.
I see.
What about the bagpipes? I could see you being a
No.
bagpipe.
Oh,
I don't even
cool.
understand how that amount of music comes out of like one or two things. Like that instrument is amazing.
Yeah,
how
that
that
is
whole
pretty
thing.
cool.
What
It's
about
just like there's somebody in that bag, like playing
Yeah.
playing the flute or
There
something. He's
could be.
playing.
There might be a tiny monkey in there, like one of them old grinder things.
So what's
Capuchin?
They're testing
We
for
might
the
have to
band
stay
tonight.
for
Can hear
this. What's going on for Super Bowl?
Super Bowl. Well, we have you all, right?
Yeah, we're coming.
That's
We're coming.
right. We have you. I'm going to have you do 50-50 tickets. You're the best at it. You've been having
I
Jason
heard you've
do
been
it.
raising the bar a little bit, though.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man, it was $1,100 there a couple weeks ago. The last
Wow.
week. So
I only got it to 500, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, competition. You need it's on now.
Bucks.
Do you taunt people like I do about how cheap they are? When
You guys are going to have to do a push-up contest.
And then we have,
no, I'm not doing it with him.
So the other thing we're doing is we have some memorabilia from each team. So we'll be selling tickets for those.
Some fun giveaways.
And then the 50-50 also. And then we have Bud Light, 20 ounce for
Bush Light as well.
And Bush Light also for $3.
Bush Light.
20 ounce, yeah.
You can't get anything for
Bush Light still
anymore.
a thing?
Not for 20 ounce.
Yeah,
well,
that's
you can't even
very
get that
popular.
for 12
Bush
ounce
Light
anymore.
is, yeah.
Anywhere.
Really?
That's like in Ohio.
What kind of beer did you drink when you were in high school?
I never drank a beer in my life.
Never.
Shut
He has
the
no-
phone.
Yep.
Oh,
Never
Never
drank
His
a beer.
drink, so yeah, his drink was vodka and Red Bull.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was going
cherry.
to say.
Was it cherry?
But but
Cherry
I haven't
vodka?
drank in many years.
Yeah.
You've never had a beer?
Never.
Wow. I
Just
haven't
to
had one
taste
in
it,
a
I
week.
can't
Me
stand
either.
the taste of it.
Wow.
First time I had a beer
Yeah.
was in the back of it was after a baseball game when I made the baseball team when the flute didn't work out.
Yeah.
I was like the third string catcher, and it was Budweiser in a
Bat
can.
boy.
Budweiser in a can. That was
Oh,
a
yeah.
great taste of beer.
Jenny
Budweiser in a
Cream Ale.
can.
If anyone is from upstate New York, they will know when I say Jenny Cream Ale.
I had one beer and I got friggin' hammered.
Oh,
That's
wow.
a strong beer. Well, I was in high
Lightweight.
school. That was totally
yeah.
illegal.
Yeah.
I
Well,
wasn't
you
Were you a
know,
driving.
lightweight?
I
Mad
was
Dog
back then.
2020. That would have been the thing back in our day.
What is that?
That's some kind of cheap, like,
Oh, Mad Dog 2020.
I don't know
year?
if it's
Wow.
like a whiskey or
The year
whatever it was.
2020?
Came in a
No.
little tiny little bottle.
MD
It was like $3 a bottle. It was horrible.
There you go. There's your $3 20 years ago.
Oh,
for
man.
a drink.
Sandra
Yeah.
doesn't drink beer either, and I think she's from Canada. I
Oh,
wore a
wow.
hat. I think I wore a hat or a cup. So the Super Bowl is 1 week from Sunday, and
So we'll have it on the big screen, all the TVs,
Yeah.
all the memorabilia. We're gonna have a basket giveaway from
wait, who's in the game? Buffalo's not in the game. Chiefs and
yeah. So when we
Eagles.
bought this, of course,
Philadelphia
it's a-
Eagles and the
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Yeah, Chiefs and Eagles. This place is a Buffalo bar, so we kept it as that until someone can bring me more fans than the
no
Buffalo
shit.
people. Then
Can
I'll
you
change it.
imagine if
to
that would have
whatever
been a
that is.
Buffalo Super
Oh, wow,
Bowl?
we
How
would have been
crazy!
Yeah, it would have
Crazy
been
busy.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So what's the spread on the game, dear?
I think the Eagles are favored, and I think the spread is going to be 9 points.
No way. It's like 2 or 3, but
Wow.
you were close. At least you got the. I think the Eagles are favored by a couple. It's going to be a close game.
It's gonna be a good
Yeah.
game.
It
Yeah.
should be good.
I
So
don't
is there
know.
going to be wings
I
or
don't
what's
know.
the
So
what's
we're
the
gonna have
food?
a wing special and then the
Nice.
$3 beer.
I've never ate a chicken wing in my life.
That's
so
not true. You have to.
I'm just trying to make.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to be as strong as he is. Like,
Speaking of
can you
that-
imagine?
Yeah, I eat. I can't eat chicken wings anymore, but
Why
and
not?
I never really did. So I have a acid reflux really bad, and it's
Really?
created
Here we
scar
go.
tissue in my throat. So I can't eat certain food
Dude,
anymore.
come on, this show,
No, we
please.
can't.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You're making it disgusting. This show. I mean, come on,
Wow,
bringing it
this is
down.
quite
Like,
I'm
this.
embarrassed to
revealing.
say that I can eat more than he can.
What is acid reflux? Is that when you belch all the time? Is that
No,
what
so
that is?
the acid comes up into your throat.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Just throwing up in your
heart-
mouth and the
yeah,
whole thing.
basically,
Heartburn.
it only comes up so
It
far.
happens
in
a
your
lot when
throat.
you're pregnant, which I
Yeah.
don't think is
Yeah,
a
no.
condition. But
No.
When
not
she got
pregnant.
pregnant, she had the
Oh,
farts, the worst farts.
no,
I mean, oof.
Wow. Wow.
I had that
Crazy
acid
farts.
reflux
Yeah.
so bad that I thought I had an ulcer. So I went to the doctor for an ulcer, and he said, "Nope, got some different news for you."
She had like,
Wow.
you know, because women when they get the farts, they think, oh, it doesn't. It's
You know
my
what?
farts don't smell.
That it doesn't even bother me anymore because you're so juvenile with that.
What do you mean?
Wow.
With
just-
that, just with that,
Yeah.
How's it
least-
going with
Yeah,
all?
just
How's
that.
it going with all your shirts and
it's
all
been
your,
crazy. It's been
all your
crazy.
stuff you're
Everybody,
selling? Good?
we
Thank you
can't.
for the
Thank you.
segue.
Yeah,
Yes.
we can't keep the hoodies in stock, and it's people
Awesome.
all over the country have been great. I
We
mean,
have the new
it's been
design
great.
now too, right?
Yep, we got the
Vibe.
is back.
Sold
and,
some of those,
I'm
yeah.
trying to work on those cooler cups.
See,
those-
okay, here's the funny thing about the merchandise. Like I've got like 8-9 things that
you
we're
have
selling.
too much. Too
She's
much.
been working on one thing
One thing,
since
but
the
it's
show
gonna be
launched
a
5 years
crusher.
ago. Like she hasn't launched one product.
So you're
gonna
making
be
what, a
one
koozie
thing.
or what are you making?
No, it's like it's like the metal cup that's like this big that you put a beverage in.
Oh, so
Yeah.
like a Yeti cup.
Kind of, but it's the smaller one.
She's going to
So
try and
it's a
sell it. She
tumbler.
can't even
A
describe
tumbler,
it.
Tumbler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. It's going to be a $50
So you know
tumbler.
how you guys were being scammed with someone trying to like
Always,
steal your
always.
merchandise? on our website now, not a website, our Facebook, Margaritas. Now people are trying to sell sweatshirts and shirts.
Oh yeah.
And we don't even have
Ours?
and we don't even have any to sell.
No.
They probably came through
they're
ours
like
first and saw you
They're
guys on the show.
selling it first before we even get any in.
They're like leeches. It's got to be some kind of bot program where as soon as something comes up,
it's
You
crazy.
know, it's crazy.
We might have to stay and listen. I want to hear that guy play that saxophone.
They're really good.
This
for sure,
band is
they're
really
good.
good.
So the last weekend you
dancing.
had like this Amplify on or what
Simplify
on.
Yeah, they were
It was-
good rock band.
Sorry, the place was packed.
Yeah, it's been good. I mean, we've been
This
getting
band's
some good
just not
bands.
starting out, but it's their second time here. They are not known, I think, yet, and I think they're going to be really busy once people know. Because I'm telling you,
You can never go
they
wrong
play
with Motown.
really great.
You can never go wrong with Motown.
It's one of my favorites here. So,
Wow. I cannot wait to hear.
yes,
Well, thank you guys for having
Yes,
us. We
thank you.
appreciate it. We have a
Stage
long
looks-
relationship.
Jason worked really hard doing that.
Phenomenal.
Brand new stage.
Immediately noticed
When
that.
I first walked in, it was the first thing
So
I saw.
nice.
He has a nice one of our regulars. His name's Al, that lives right down the street. Lost everything in his home. Comes here every morning and helps them just do things. You know, it's like
Nice.
a handyman, but honestly, it's nice to be able to throw him some extra money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because he's not. I don't know if he's working or not, but
Yeah, he works from. I guess he's worked from home for like the past 15 years.
just bought his home.
but he
like,
just bought his house.
3 weeks
Oh,
before the
crap.
hurricane.
Oh,
You hear
down
that story
here.
too many times.
Ooh, yeah.
So,
Yes.
of course, people ask all the time, are you going back to Fort Myers Beach? I know you.
I know that's a question that a lot of people ask. Well,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that it's honestly a viable option for us small people that don't own our property, because if I have to build a new building on my property, or if I'm just a new investor and I just bought that property, and let's just use a roundabout figure and say that someone buys a piece of property on Times Square for $7 million, and then they have to invest in building. Well, now if I'm the investor or the building or property owner, I've got 10 million minimum in that. Well, I'm doing that so that I can make money. So I'm going to have to charge a certain amount of money for my lease.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know what we paid for a lease prior to the storm and what the town charged us to lease their property. And that's going to at least double or triple. And in this industry, and then with what the size of the restaurants are on Times Square, you just will never make one penny.
it would
You
take
will
20
never
years
ma-
to
it
make
would-
profit.
And that's
Wow.
And that's not
it's just not
exaggerated.
going to happen. You know, I mean, for the people that own their property to rebuild, it's still going to take them, with the cost of materials, it's going to take them a minimum of 5 to 6 years to make one penny of real profit. And that's just not a viable option for the small business owner. The corporations can do it because they have
If you're
other,
the
they have
property
other
owner
places.
and building it, just like I
Yeah.
think a few of them are,
Yeah, I
then,
mean,
then of course, then it would make more sense.
if it was,
Right.
will we be back on the beach? I mean, possibly. Maybe we're not on Times Square. You know, maybe we're somewhere else on the beach. I mean, that's why we moved here. You know, to be down in that environment. Is it different here? Yeah, it's different. You know, every day we got to stare out at that ocean. Here, I'm staring at four walls. You know, but we're used to this. It's a different atmosphere here. Let's face the facts. We have 9,000 square feet here. We had 2,000 square feet there.
Mhm.
So it's much larger here.
But I think what you've taken with you from the beach is that family vibe. I mean, I was talking to somebody today because I know you have a position for a hostess. And so I
Yeah.
was talking to somebody about that. And I said, you know, this is a group that they treat everybody like family. You're going to need to work because it's
Right.
a work thing. But these folks take care of their people. They consider them family. They treat them like family. This is Cheers, where you walk in and everybody knows your name.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
it was like that there, and you've taken
When
that
it's the
here.
same way with the customers too. The
Yeah.
customers, you're always mingling and talking with the customers, and that's the most important thing. People want they want to talk to the owner, they want to talk
Yeah.
to the
Now
manager,
you
they
got
want you mingling
10,000 more
around. them.
new friends.
So it's funny because our new shirts, our new Mango Rita Rhythm House shirts, what the saying on the back is, I know the owner too.
Oh,
Very nice.
that's
Perfect.
great.
Everyone
Awesome.
comes in and says that,
That
always.
is
Yeah.
great.
I love it.
That's
It
gonna
is
be on the back of our
heart-wrenching and
shirts.
devastating not to be on the beach. I mean, I think everyone knows that. I mean,
Right.
it's just impossible right now.
But it'd also be
And
worse
now
if you
somebody's
guys.
going to steal that, and
Oh,
in 2
yeah, yeah,
seconds it's going to be the
Yeah,
t-shirts.
that'll be all over.
That's
yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
But it would also be worse if you're just sitting around the house doing nothing, because that's
Yeah, I mean,
what you do.
When we
We
came,
jumped on this pretty quickly.
Yeah.
we at least came over that bridge the next day and saw that gone.
Yeah, I
Right.
remember watching your
Yeah.
video when you saw what was left, which was nothing, and playing that and thinking,
Yep.
wow,
So, I mean,
wow.
so we
Ooh.
stayed Delray Beach, and the minute we got back over there and got internet access, because of course halfway across the
Right.
state you still had no
No
internet
internet,
access,
right.
no phone, no anything. I mean, we looked for a business that night.
Yeah, wow,
That night.
wow.
Yeah.
All right.
We
So
knew,
we just got
when you
fortunate.
think about it, it's over 4 months. If we would still be waiting
Ugh,
Yeah.
to see what was going to happen, my
Be
staff
crazy.
would have had to find other jobs.
Some did, and they had
think
to.
two.
Yeah,
Two.
two of them had to find other
2 out of
jobs. I mean,
13.
Right.
so we're fortunate people. I mean, we found this business. I mean, it's literally 2 miles from our home, and
yeah,
you know, we're fortunate to be able to do what we do and provide that same atmosphere for the people that were at the beach. But you know, of course it's different,
Yeah.
but you still can come here. We're going to make our back bar here a tiki bar, so the back bar is going
Nice.
to be beach themed, and we'll bring some of that beach vibe, you know.
You
to
never know.
inland,
We
so-
might be back one day.
Yeah. And
But we
we-
support
Dear, I don't know
Fort
if you saw,
Myers
they got-
Beach 100%.
Yeah.
they got the fish in the tank, a couple
That's-
Yeah,
fish.
there's
What do
3
you-
fish.
All the businesses
3
on
tiny
Fort
fish in
Myers
the-
Beach that have already opened, I believe every single one of them so far that's opened have been here to
Oh
support
yeah,
us.
you see the
Yep.
beach people here all
Yes.
the time.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
We've
love
had
seeing every single day that I see something else opening on the beach.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
exciting.
Very cool.
Yes.
Well, thank you guys
Yes,
for
thank
having
you
us
all.
here every
Thank you.
Friday
Let
night.
the band get playing.
Yeah.
We'll see
We
you
appreciate
Super
you.
Bowl. Well,
Yeah.
we'll see you
Bye,
next Friday,
everyone.
but Super Bowl Sunday too.
All right.
It's the
Thank
Kansas
you.
City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles.
And I
One,
think it's 9. I think the split
it's
is
not going to be
9.
9. It's no way it's going to be 9. They're really
You're going to
evenly
eat
matched.
those words.
It's really evenly matched. Oh, she's calling it a night, everybody. So let me just repeat what's going on this weekend. Wahoo Willie's tomorrow. Can you turn that a little bit? Our guest for the full hour will be Adam Botana. Adam Botana will be here for the full hour. Adam's going to tell us exactly how much money the state is going to give Fort Myers Beach. Or maybe we'll turn them upside down and shake them to see if we can drop a $7 million check. That's Rondo. It's time to go out of his back pocket. And then Sunday, we're going to be setting up at the Wastine Away parking lot right next to Margaritaville. And we got brooms and shovels. I'm going to be there 7:30. If broom or a shovel, it's first come, first serve. We don't have like thousands. And I'm thinking there's going to be a lot of people. So if you have your own broom or your own shovel or your own safety penny or your own cone, we have the yellow flags because we want to show victory when we put that yellow flag in the sand pile. We're cleaning the sidewalks because sometimes you just can't wait for government. Sometimes you just got to take action into your own hands and clean the beach. We're going to clean that entire 7 miles sidewalk so people can walk, so people can ride their bikes, so the folks in the wheelchairs can get by. And that's going to start. Really, the official start is 9 o'clock. And then Snug Harbor, 20% off all your meal at Snug Harbor. But we want to get in and out. We don't want to, wait because they're going to have a big crowd. It's a weekend. So they're going to open early for us at 10:30. So, an hour and a half of sweeping and shoveling the sidewalk is enough. Meet us over at Snug Harbor. You can keep the broom if you want, or you can bring it back and we'll donate it to Keep Lee County Beautiful. Thank you all for everything. Buy us a coffee if you like the show. Oops, didn't mean to throw that. If not, we will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
two, check. 1, 2, test. 1, 2, check. 1, 2. Check. 1, 2, 1, 2, check. 1, 2. 1, 2, check.